Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your schedule, guys, to be here to hear about this SOSANA project. I know it's a lot of excitement going on, a lot of buzz, whether you're hearing about it face to face or you're hearing about it on social media or some other methodology. I'm glad you thought it was worth it enough. Somebody said enough to you, cared enough about you. That you did want to take a look at what was happening here with SOSANA. Before we get started, though, I want to do just a brief disclaimer. And you can, if you're watching this live, you can read it. If you're watching this on video, you can always freeze it. But ultimately, I just want you guys to understand, right? We're not, we're all adults here, right? We want you to make decisions based off of what makes the most sense for you and your family from a financial standpoint. I am not a financial advisor. None of us are. We're not claiming to be. I'm simply sharing some information with you about a project that I'm very excited about, as are a lot of other people. And based off of that excitement, we're going to share with you and just lay this out for you. I like doing a business approach to things. I don't mind excitement and hype if the excitement and hype is justified. I just know in most cases it is not. But I think once you see the business overview here, you'll be able to make your own determination about whether this is something you should be excited and hyped up about. With that said, I'm just going to cover three brief things for you here. Number one, why cryptocurrency? I know there's a lot of people that are just really hearing about the space. They're excited about it. You probably heard of Bitcoin. You don't know much about the space beyond that, but there's a lot of people that are apparently making money. So you're curious. So I want to share that with you. Then why SOSANA? Why was there what we felt a need for SOSANA in this space? And then why now? What's the sense of urgency? Potentially somebody spoke to you and they told you, man, listen, you got to take a look at this right now, right? You got to go out and you got to really get on board with this right now. So why now? Why is there this big sense of urgency? So why cryptocurrency? Let's kind of start there, guys. Listen, you've heard about Bitcoin, I'm sure. If you unless you just arrived here from another planet, maybe you don't realize that Bitcoin has kind of taken over the financial world to some degree since it was launched and invented in 2008. It was invented when an unknown entity by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, that was a pseudonym. They published a white paper about what they wanted and what they refer to as being the people's money, this incredible currency that was going to be completely digital, completely transparent on something called a blockchain. So it could not be manipulated, could not be changed, and could simply be driven in value by the people. Now, when it first came out and it was able to be used by people in 2009, it was a little bit of a joke. The price point was 0.003. So one Bitcoin was worth one third of a penny. So not very much value. People were laughing, but 2 years later, the laughter stopped when Bitcoin achieved price parity with the US dollar. One Bitcoin worth $1. And in 2025, October of 2025 to be exact, Bitcoin hit its all-time high not too long ago at $126,200. So a little over $126,000. Now that sounds like some, meteoric growth to you. It's because it is. And I want you to put this in perspective because I want you to understand why people are so excited about cryptocurrency. The number one returning stock in the history of the world is Apple stock. It launched it had its IPO in 1980. The IPO price was $22. But Apple stock has split so many times that if you adjusted the price based off of the splits, which you should, the actual start of an Apple stock price would have been just 10 cents. Now, in December of last year, of 2025, Apple hit its all-time high about $289. And if you had actually gotten just $1 worth of Apple stock back in 1980, that same $1 in 2025 would have been worth 28, almost $29,000. That is an incredible return. It's the best return of any stock in history. That is also the second best return of anything, right? Of any financial asset in the history of mankind. Let me put that to you in perspective. Again, $1 would have turned into almost $29,000, right? So that's pretty incredible. Guys, if you had gotten just $1 worth of Bitcoin back in 2009 at one third of a penny, that would have got you a little over 333 Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin hit its all-time high in 2025 of October, that $1, again, $1 from 2009 would have been worth in excess of $41 million. It is the best return in the history of mankind. And as you might imagine, when people start hearing stories like that, they want to pay attention, right? Everybody is looking for a way to get involved now in the crypto, just gold rush, if you will. Today, there are over 172,000 crypto millionaires, over 320 people that are worth over $100 million from cryptocurrency, and over 28 crypto billionaires. And these numbers get bigger and bigger every single year. Cryptocurrency has become a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. More than 700 million people worldwide are currently holding. And, it's so simple now with technology that anyone in the world with a cell phone, I like to say, in a dream, they can actually join into the crypto world, participate in a multi-trillion-dollar asset class right from the palm of their hand. So it's very exciting for people all around the globe. It gives them a chance to have an opportunity to earn money from a global community without even having to leave their own house if they don't want to. So that's pretty exciting. Now, it's gotten a little out of hand, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says there are over 1 million new cryptocurrencies created every week. And many of these guys, 1 million a week, first of all, just try to wrap your brain around that. Even if you haven't heard of most of them because they're on smaller exchanges, etc., many of them are extremely short-lived now due to poor management, poor community acceptance, or just outright frauds or scams. There's some crypto tokens that are started by scammers. They're meant to only last 24 to 48 hours, just long enough to suck in some unsuspecting people's money. And before they realize what's going on, they can sneak out the back door in the middle of the night with your hard-earned investment dollars. Okay, so it's tough. And he talked about this at a conference because he was saying, even with all of their databases that they have, all their technology and all of their staff, not even they can successfully vet 1 million new cryptocurrencies a week. If they can't do it, I don't see how any of us could do it, right? There's an unlimited amount of choices. And the problem is, on the surface, they all look the same. Every single token will tell you that it's the next Bitcoin. Every single token will tell you it's the greatest thing since since the invention of mankind. And every single one will just keep coming at you over and over and over again. And all your social media feeds, everywhere you look, you're going to see it. And guess why? Because every single person out there is looking for the next Bitcoin. And the problem is that everyone has an opinion. I don't care if it's the social media influencers that you listen to online, they're going to tell you they found it. They found the one, right? The bartender is going to tell you that he's got the hot tip, whether it's the nail tech or the barbershop, who's going to tell you that the person who was sitting in that chair just before you just told them about something that you've got to jump on. Or even if it's, the person at your office who's standing around a water cooler saying, hey, I heard something. I promise you guys, if we get involved with this, we'll all be quitting next week, right? Everybody's got an opinion. And when you get unlimited choices and unlimited opinions and input from all over the place, and you have no real level of skill or determination or training to actually evaluate tokens on your own, this is what happens. Shiny object syndrome. I love that picture of that baby. It's like, ooh, look at that. And that's exactly what's happening to people almost every single day in the crypto space. Right when they're saying, okay, I'm going to take my limited amount of funds and put it onto this project, somebody's hitting them with something new. And they're like, oh, fear of loss kicks in. Maybe I got to move my money over here. And then I got to move my money over there. And then I have to move my money over here over and over and over again. And they're never settling in, and they're never getting the opportunity to do what everyone in the industry is trying to do, which is find a token, right? And a project before most people are aware of it, put money in at one price and sell it in the future at potentially a much higher price. Never get an opportunity to do that because they're always moving from thing to thing, the next little shiny little object, and they're almost guaranteeing that they're going to go broke, guys. In fact, the sad reality right now is that over 84% of all retail crypto investors, they lose money. That's right, lose money in their first year. So with all of that success, over 172,000 millionaires, hundreds of millions, hundreds of deca millionaires, 28 billionaires, still for every single one of them, there are tens and tens and tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people that are losing money over and over and over again, most of it because of shiny object syndrome, guys. And it's hurting in two ways. Number one, is if you're moving your limited capital from one project to the next just purely based on FOMO with no sound strategy, losses are virtually guaranteed. But number two, even the community, the crypto community itself is being hurt because real projects are being starved of needed capital because people keep moving their money and their funds into these highly hyped short-term and short-lived scam tokens. Man, I'll tell you what, scam tokens may not last long, but one thing they're really, really good at is hyping themselves up and making themselves sound legitimate and great. But most people find out too late that the difference between a real project and a scam token project is that you can go to bed and wake up and a real project is still there. But with the scam tokens, you go to bed and wake up just saying, what happened? That is what is going on with the cryptocurrency industry. So why SOSANA? Well, I think it would be clear. First of all, what's in the name, guys? SOSANA is literally just an acronym that stands for Shiny Object Syndrome and Nothing Accomplished. It was a way that we were almost paying homage, if you will, to all the people like us, right, who have fallen, into this shiny object syndrome, this SOS, just far too often, right? And we know this is something that plagues the industry. If you've been in crypto for any length of time, we've all experienced a little bit of the SOS, the FOMO that we're missing out because the better project is over there because it's new and it's shiny and it's pretty. And even though we do that, we've lost money, we just go and do it again. Well, maybe the next one will be it, right? Well, they say the first step to solving a problem is admitting that you have one. And that's why we created SOSANA. Number one, to help cure people of shiny object syndrome. That's a big deal. Number two, create a safe haven where you could learn about and engage with real projects and real potential. And number three, provide a pathway to profits where more people would have a chance to win financially. That's a big, big driver for us here. Now, our three-part approach was actually pretty simple. I mean, it's very, very intricate the way it weaves together, but on the surface, it was simple. It was community, education, and then incentivized engagement. So let me quickly share that with you, and then we can start wrapping up. Number one, community, right? We put together a community where it is always evolving and always growing, guys. If you join, you're going to get a chance to be a part of live meetups, token holder chats, and also support systems and tools. You'll get access to them that are built for people who either really get it already or are trying to learn about the crypto space. Now, there's also token nominations and voting. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to provide airdrops as rewards for community challenges and promotional campaigns, which means you simply plug in, you pay attention, you'll be able to accumulate SOSANA tokens for free, right? So that's going to be kind of cool. Certified instructors and wallet gated learning. So that's going to be cool for you guys. Scam protection through our trusted enforced directory. This is a KYC community because no scammers are allowed. That's really where we are. So we're developing this incredible community. This is all just tip of the iceberg I'm covering in this high level overview, but all developed so that you have a safe place that you can come to and you can interact with like-minded people who are trying to move towards this pathway of profits. And you can do it in a group using what we call crowdsourced intelligence. I'm going to show you that here in a second. Now, from an education standpoint, we have SOSANA School. This is awesome, guys. I mean, ultimately, whether you are already an advanced cryptocurrency person or you're just getting started, we've got a place for you. If you're just getting started, we're going to share with you some courses on how to set up wallets, on the basics of decentralized finance, how to notice scams and be safe and secure when you're operating in the crypto space, tokenomics and liquidity, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to offer it in a video library format, as well as live streamed sessions, as well as one-on-one tutoring with verified instructors. Now, if you are this super advanced crypto person already, guys, we've got a certified instructor platform where you can become a certified instructor, and then you can literally be paid to actually go out and share your knowledge with the rest of the community. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And if you'd like to be a certified instructor, but you're not quite there yet in knowledge, we've got a pathway where which you can learn to get to that level, then become certified, and then create an additional income stream by adding extra value with your knowledge. Again, back to the community. Now, incentivized engagement, though, I'm not going to lie. This is where all the buzz is around what we're doing. Chances are someone already tried to explain it to you. Maybe you got it. Maybe you didn't get it. I'm going to do my best here, though, in this brief presentation to help you get it. And if it at least piques your interest, you can get more information about it later by simply going to sosana.io, which is our online presence. Now, there's something you may have heard about called the degen voter system. If you haven't, I'm going to explain it to you right now. And it starts by talking about this. Every single time a Solana token is bought, sold, or transferred. So every single transaction that can happen with a token, right? You can buy it, you can sell it, or you can move it. There's a 3% tax that's charged on that amount that's being bought, sold, or transferred. Now, that 3% is instantly separated into four different wallets. A pre-launch token wallet, we'll talk about that here in a second. A marketing wallet that helps us go out and really announce ourselves to the world and build our community faster. A stability wallet, which is designed literally for what it says, to do anything, pay for anything required to create stability and growth within the project. And then a degen voter wallet. Now, that's the one we're going to focus on just for the purpose of this brief presentation. This is the one, though, that has people incredibly excited. So let me explain this to you slowly and see if you get it. Number one, every 2 weeks, we're going to have this, what we call live token voting. It's a degen voter system. It's going to happen every single 2 weeks. And the way that it works is that any member of Sosana who's KYC'd, again, know your customer, that's what KYC stands for. The reason why you have to KYC is because we wanted to make sure, again, we're trying to keep the scammers out, but also we wanted to make sure that only every one person would only be able to nominate or vote one time. We're not trying to have people get 100 or 200 different wallets and literally go out and pervert our system. So if you're a KYC member and you're holding $500 worth of Solana or more, just holding, don't have to spend anything to nominate a token, but if you're just holding that, you can find a quality project initially right now on the Solana blockchain. That's who we're paired with is Solana. So we're operating this on a Solana blockchain, but in the future, we do intend to be blockchain agnostic. But right now, if you can find a quality project on a Solana blockchain, hopefully something newer that most people have never even heard about before, a project that we could really, really impact by giving them some serious infusion of capital. Guys, if you can find that project, you can study it. If you know how to do this already, do your research, make sure it has the check marks, more check marks than red lights against it, then you can nominate that into the community. Now, at that point, once those tokens are revealed, right, to the community, we're going to accept up to 25, and then any KYC member holding $50 or more will be able to evaluate those 25 tokens. You'll have about a 48-hour period from the time that they're revealed, evaluate them, do your research, and determine of these 25 projects, which one do I think is the best? And you cast your vote. Again, it doesn't cost $50. You just have to hold $50 of Solana tokens in your wallet to be able to participate. If you do that, what's going to happen then is at 7 p.m. every other Monday. Okay, so this is a Monday to Monday cycle. Starts on a Monday, ends 2 weeks later on a Monday. On Monday at 7 p.m., we are going to reveal the winner. All you have to do is connect your wallet to our decentralized app, right? Which is how we do business. This is a Web3 enabled platform. You connect to the decentralized app. It will right away read to make sure you have at least $50 or more because you need to be holding $50 or more to get this early information. And it will then reveal to you which token won the vote. Right then you'll know which token won the vote. Now, at 8 p.m., all of the money that is in that degen bonus wallet, so that 1% of all transactions that have been adding up for that 2 weeks, we are going to take all of those funds at 8 p.m. and purchase that winning token and then divvy up those tokens evenly amongst all of the people who voted for the right token. We're going to split it up evenly. So, for example, if 100 members voted for the winning token, let's say it was token XYZ1, 100 members voted for token XYZ, and we had $100,000 in the degen wallet, we would buy $100,000 worth of token XYZ at 8 p.m. And then we would airdrop $1,000 worth of that token into 100 people's wallets. So split evenly, they would all get $1,000 worth of XYZ token at the top of the hour. Now, right at that moment is where most people say, okay, I got it. I understand exactly what Sosana is all about. I love it. That's a great concept. Just for holding $50, I can participate in this voting mechanism, and who knows, maybe I'll get good enough to evaluate these tokens. I'll vote for the right one, and I'll win $100 or $200 or $500 or $1,000 or whatever of a winning token. And every couple of weeks, I got this shot. And that's what they think people are excited about. Because the real thing here, aside from that, is so subtle that if you're not thinking about it, you almost miss it. So let me show it to you graphically why people are excited. Start with what you already know. XYZ token wins the vote. We tell you this at 7 o'clock. And you know that at 8 o'clock, 1 hour later, we're going to buy $100,000 of XYZ token. Now, take a time out for a moment and just think about this for a second about what everyone in the crypto space is always hoping to do. They're hoping to buy a token at one price and at some point in time in the future be able to sell that token at a higher price. So they're hoping, they're praying, they're doing whatever analytics they have to do to figure out what tokens are potentially and likely to go up after they have purchased them so they can find themselves at an advantage position at some point in time in the future. 5 minutes from now for some people, 5 hours from now, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years from now for longer term investors, but they're hoping to buy it at one price and sell it at a higher price. That makes sense. That's investment. That's how people make money. Same thing in the stock market. But let me ask you a question. What do you think is going to potentially happen to the price of XYZ token at 8 o'clock when we make $100,000 purchase of that token? If you know anything about how this works, right? Big purchases, more buy pressure into a token, more buys than sells, more buy volume than sell volume tends to drive a price up. So if at 8 o'clock we're buying $100,000 up this token, what do you think is likely to happen to that price? If you're like most people, you think the price is probably going to go up. Again, we're not able to make guarantees, but that is what most people tend to believe, is that the price will go up. It makes sense when you think about the mechanics of how the cryptocurrency market actually works. If you believe that, though, that the price is going to go up at 8 o'clock, and you know this at 7 o'clock, what do you think you might do during that hour between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, right? And this is when a lot of people really start to get it, right? It's like, if I really know about a big purchase 1 hour before it happens, there's nothing stopping me from simply going in and buying that token before that big purchase. And that's where the light bulb starts to go on. And for a lot of you, if you're hearing this for the first time, maybe the light bulb just went on for you. Maybe for the very first time, you're like, oh my, this is so much better than just the voting platform because there's still another way for me to potentially be able to win, even if I didn't vote for the right token. This is where it starts to settle into people. Oh man, there's something here that I don't even think I was thinking about. And that's pretty exciting. But guys, it's even better than that. It's even better than that. Because remember, at 7 o'clock, we're not just telling you, right? This isn't just us telling you. We're telling every single person in our community who has $50 in their wallet. We're giving them the same 1 hour's notice that we're giving you. So, what do you think they might do in that hour? Imagine for a moment that there were 10,000 people in the community that were participating. 10,000 people holding $50 who all logged into the DApp, right? Connected to the DApp, the decentralized application at 7 o'clock, saw that XYZ token was the winner and saw that we were going to buy $100,000 worth of it at 8 o'clock. And if those people collectively just decided that they wanted to buy $100 each of that token, low number, and I like keeping the numbers low, but $100 each for 10,000 members would be $1 million of purchases of XYZ token between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock before the $100,000 purchase that everybody's excited about even had a chance to hit. Are you guys starting to get the picture here? Again, is it starting to potentially make sense for you, right? About why people are so excited about what we're doing with this DGen voter system. This is going to be amazing, right? It's going to give people access to actionable intel every 2 weeks for the rest of their lives. Think about that for a moment. Most people in business would tell you that if they could ever know about something that was going to happen in advance just once in their entire life, they could go out and they could make some magic happen with that information if they could know just once. What we're talking about is not just knowing just once, we're talking about knowing again, over and over and over again every 2 weeks for the rest of your life. How valuable would you think that would be for people out there in the world right now? 700 million people involved in cryptocurrency. That number is getting bigger and bigger every single day. And most of them have no clue how to find the right token. They're just throwing darts at a dartboard. But now there's Sosana. Think about that for a moment, guys. The other thing is think about this. That's great what's going to happen from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, but understand how those token projects are being picked. They're being picked through this crowdsourced intelligence model where initially hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands and eventually millions of people, right? Many of them know, as much about crypto as you do, some of them less about than you do, and some of them far more, and have the ability to truly evaluate projects. And they're going to go out collectively and look at what's happening in the crypto space and be able to pull back what they believe are some of the best projects that are out there, projects that most of us have never heard about before. They're then going to be able to go out and introduce those products to us, through this DGen voter nomination system. And then those projects still have to pass through the crucible of the voters who will get to examine them, look for the green lights versus the red flags, and pick the very best one. That one wins the vote. But over time, even some of the ones that don't win the vote, right? That still end up in second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, guys, they will still be some of the highest probability quality projects out there. And you can stack your portfolio with them for long-term growth possibilities. That crowdsourced intelligence model is far better than you trying to figure it out on your own. That's why we're excited about the DGen voter system. Now, if you think that makes sense, right? And you think that as other people hear that story, they're going to say, I've got to become a part of that. I've got you show me where, show me how do I get Sosana tokens? How do I become a member of the community? If you think that that's going to happen anyway, we said, let's throw some gasoline on the fire. So we actually put together this Sosana member reward system. And again, I'm not going to go into mind-numbing detail on a brief presentation, but I'm simply going to say we have a 3-level deep member rewards program. Every single person who comes on board with us as an affiliate member gets to participate in this. They don't have to, but if you're going to go tell people anyway, and they decide they want to be a part of what we're doing, you're going to have the opportunity to earn additional Sosana tokens when they come on board as affiliate members with us as well, guys. We've got 3 different levels of it, so you'll be paid through 3 levels. It's an affiliate program. We actually have some advancement you can make. So if you're just a casual referrer, you can make some decent commissions. But if you want to go out and really be prolific about it and become a whale at it, you can make some higher level. In fact, at this level, we're paying out 80% back to you, when people are coming on board. And on top of that, we've got another 2% reserved for 2 global bonus pools for the people who are seriously prolific at helping to get the word out. Guys, we want to build this community as fast as possible, attract as many wallet holders as possible, because the more people that are attracted to this, the bigger the amount of transactions, the bigger that DGen voter wallet, the bigger the pool of people that are actually contributing to our crowdsourced intelligence. It will make this bigger, better, faster, and more profitable for everyone. So we want to create as much incentivized engagement as we can. Now, those member rewards, they're going to be paid for all affiliate enrollments, all affiliate upgrades and renewals, as well as for select community offers. Select community offers means that over time, guys, as we're building our community hub, there will be additional things in there that people can purchase if they want to take it to the next level. And when they're purchasing those things, we're going to assign an affiliate reward model to that as well. So you'll be able to get rewarded as people are up in their skill set and taking advantage of some of these more advanced education classes and tools, right? All rewards are paid in Solana tokens. I'm going to show you why that is critical here in a moment. And all rewards are calculated and sent to your dashboard immediately. This is done through the blockchain, through a smart contract, so it's instantaneous, and those rewards can be claimed at any time. The small caveat is, once again, you must complete the KYC process to claim rewards. So that's it. We want to make sure, again, that we're blocking out the scammers. So that's pretty critical. So why now? Even if you get all that, right? Even if you understand it, even if it makes sense to you, what's the rush, right? You know what I mean? It's like, so what, right? What's the rush? Why are you, as everybody so excited saying, you got to start, you got to see this now, you got to get started now. Let's talk about three main reasons why, guys, and then we'll be done. The benefits of timing are simple. Number one, early adopter token prices. Going to show that to you. Number two, a leveraged accumulation strategy. And then number three, limited token supply. Let's cover them one at a time really quickly. Early adopter pricing. I want you to think about this for a second, guys. Right now in September of 2025, right, we actually launched this Solana project, the Solana token, right? The token was launched at a price point of 0.001. I know most of you aren't used to dealing with such small numbers. That means 1/10 of a penny. 1/10 of a penny. So here's what that means, right? For people who were there to get it at 1/10 of a penny, when we hit 10 cents, right? And then when we hit 50 cents and when we hit $1. So I'm just giving you guys a few different price points that you can actually compare it to at those levels at 10 cents, whatever money they started with, they would have 100 times that money. 100 times. People see X and sometimes they think it means 100%. No, it means 100 times. So if they bought $1 worth at 0.001, when we got to 10 cents, they had $100, right? At 50 cents, $500, at $1, $1,000, right? Guys, I believe today we're somewhere around 23, 24, 25 cents, somewhere around there. So that's about 230 times their money from where they got started at if they were there at the beginning and got it at 0.001. I'm just trying to show you. Did everybody get it at that price? No, but I'm trying to show you why cryptocurrency is so exciting. Even at 20 plus cents that it is today, as we're talking about this, and just what, 4 or 5 months, being able to get to 230 times as a return, that is absolutely insane. And that's really just the very, very beginning of what's being projected. There are people right now who are talking about this token going to $100 or more. Guys, from 0.001 to $100, that's 100,000x, 100,000 times. Now, even if you didn't get started there, even if you got started today, right, at 20 something cents, by the time it got to $100, again, you can start doing the math in your head. Are you starting to understand that we're talking about multiples of potential return, magnitude of return, not a small percentage here and a small percentage there? Again, we can't make guarantees. We don't have a crystal ball, but we can look at the impetus of what's happening. We can look at the excitement and we can understand that we've got the tiger by the tail right now. If you're going to get involved with a project that makes sense to you, the sooner the better, because you want to get the best possible pricing. That's all I'm trying to say. The second thing is the leverage accumulation, right? We talked about this. You can buy tokens, but you can also earn tokens. And this is critical because I want you to think about something for a moment. Let's say that the token is at 25 cents. So one Solana token equals 25 cents. And you go out today and you earn $100. You talk to a person or two, they say, I'm excited about this, or some of them talk to whatever, however it worked out, you end up with $100 worth of Solana tokens. Well, guys, at 25 cents for a token, $100, is going to be equivalent to 400 Solana tokens. Then at that point, you've got $100 worth of tokens, right? Which is 400 Solana tokens. Pretty simple math. Now, at some point in the future, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, let's project it out to 6 months from now. Let's say the price now is at $10 per token, and you put in the same effort that you put in 6 months earlier, and you go out and you earn $100 today, right? That $100, because the token is now worth $10, you will get 10 tokens. 10 $10 tokens will make your $100, right? You say, okay, so I don't get it. $100 is $100, right? Why do I care how many tokens? Here's why you care. Because if you had put this effort in 6 months earlier and got your $100 of commissions, but you kept those tokens, those $100 worth of tokens from 6 months ago, it's now worth $4,000. We're giving you the opportunity right now, right, through this model to be able to go out and accumulate tokens with no money out of your pocket, right? To literally be able to go out and leverage the system, accumulate money, and get time frame leverage and also price leverage through your chart to potentially build a fortune. Potentially build a fortune. Again, not able to make guarantees, but if you get that conceptually wise, you understand why the people who are most excited, they're not waiting, until next week or next month or 6 months from now or a year from now for the price to be up and up and up. They're trying to accumulate as many tokens as they can today. So as that price continues to go up, they can build wealth without any additional effort, just letting the time frame accumulation happen and taking advantage of that leverage. Final thing, guys, is just limited token supply, right? You guys, if you've ever seen this before, I don't want to give an economics course, but we've all heard about supply and demand, right? When you have more supply, then you have demand, price goes down, right? When you have more demand, then you have supply, the price goes up. It's more rare. You have a lot of people that want it. The price continues to go up and up and up. Well, if you've not read our light paper, I please would suggest that you do. You can go to sosana.io and you can get our light paper and you can see about our token supply and the way it's being distributed. But I'll just give you the down and dirty, right? We're going to have a maximum amount of tokens, 88,888,888 tokens. It's all eights, right? So if you can remember 88 million, you can remember all the rest. It's all eights. However, the way that those tokens are being doled out, there's a portion of the tokens that are in circulation right now, but the vast majority of those tokens are not in circulation. They're going to be rolling out on a schedule that will take 6 years to complete. 6 years. In fact, for the next year, right, the tokens that are simply being added to the supply, there will be no tokens added to that supply for the next year of those tokens rolling out of the treasury, right? There's going to be a 1 year cliff period, and then the remaining tokens will start being rolled out daily for 5 years. What does that mean? It means right now, if you're excited about this, there's a limited supply of tokens, right? Again, the most of them won't be rolled out until over the next 6 years. And it also means that in this time when there's no new tokens being added, any increased demand will not be met with increased supply. So if the demand goes up, but the supply stays the same, that can lead to greater and greater prices. When do you want to get excited and engage in this? When there's more tokens available or when there's less tokens, therefore they're more rare, therefore there's more price pressure to push up the price of the tokens and you can win bigger. Guys, if you think about those three reasons, that's why people are saying it's something you want to do now. Listen, this is based in the multi-trillion-dollar crypto space, right? We're addressing the biggest problem in that space, which is shiny object syndrome. This is going to be a game changer for the industry. It won't just save people, it's going to save some real quality projects as well. And we can be proud of that, and so can you if you're a part of our community. We're providing multiple pathways to potential profits, right? You can buy the Sosana tokens and simply sit back and, wait for the price pressure to drive it up. You can participate every 2 weeks in our DGen voter system as long as you're holding $50 or more. and you want to actually vote, or $500 or more if you want to nominate. And you can build your portfolio with these quality projects that are passing through the crucible of our crowdsourced intelligence model to give you a better chance to have real income producing assets in your portfolio instead of the garbage scam tokens that you may have there now. And you get the benefit of early adopter timing. Guys, if this makes sense to you, your next steps are simple. First, download a Phantom wallet. It's the one with the purple ghost, right? You'll see it. You can do it on your computer, or you can do it as an app, right? From any, from your Play Store or your App Store. You can actually go get that on your phone or on your, on your desktop device, and then purchase Solana and swap it for SOSANA. And you can purchase it. There's a lot of different ways. If you don't understand how, the person who invited you here can explain it to you, but you can swap it right inside of your Phantom wallet, and you can get your your SOSANA tokens and be on your way to participating in the community. Now, if you'd like to be an affiliate, right, which is going to give you community hub access, educational platform access, give members rewards, that platform we just showed you, so you can get all that leverage, as well as the ability to participate in pre-launch tokens. Everything we just talked about for live tokens with the DGen Voter Wallet happening every 2 weeks. Guys, as we build up pre-launch project owners in our community, we're going to start doing pre-launch token votes once a month. You want to get the very best pricing you can ever get on a token. It's before it's actually rolled out to the public. You're going to be able to participate in those votes and that information gathering as well, that intel, if you are an affiliate, and only if you are an affiliate. So consider that. If you are interested in being an affiliate, simply request a referral link from the person who invited you. You'll see as you're going to get signed up, there's two affiliate choices: a basic affiliate, which is $129, and then $79 a year as a renewal to maintain access. Premium affiliate level gets you a lot more access and benefits, $249, and then $149 a year. But if you decide to take this option right now, guys, we've got yet another reason to take action. Right now, we're in the middle of a founders program where we're actually allowing people to come on board for $99 once. No renewal fees, $99 lifetime, just one time, and you get all of the premium level affiliate benefits, as well as additional contests, rewards, and benefit things we're going to do for founders only going forward. With that said, man, if you do decide that this is for you, let me be the first to welcome you to the SOSANA family. I'm excited to actually work with you, and I hope I get a chance to share your success story at some point in time in the future. And even if you decide this isn't for you, I appreciate your time. Thank you for so much for taking a look at this, and I hope you find a solution out there. But if you don't, you can always come back here, participate in our crowdsourced intelligence model, and put yourself in a better position to truly be able to win in the crypto space. With that said, guys, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate you. God bless you, and enjoy the rest of your